The Epstein files are a Democrat hoax that were written by Obama, the Clintons, James Comey, and Joe Biden. Donald Trump said that yesterday. Tonight, Donald Trump said the following. Based on the ridiculous amount of publicity given to Jeffrey Epstein, I have asked Attorney General Pam Bondi to produce any and all pertinent grand jury testimony subject to court approval. This scam perpetuated by Democrats should end right now. Pam Bondi retweeted that and said the following. President Trump, we are ready to move the court tomorrow to unseal the grand jury transcripts. Based on the earlier statement, that would lead me to believe that Obama, the Clintons, James Comey, and Joe Biden testified before the grand jury, since they wrote and created the Epstein files. And it's a big Democratic hoax. It's a big Democratic scam. But wait, there are witnesses who testified before the grand jury who are not Obama, the Clintons, James Comey, and Joe Biden? How could that be? And their grand jury testimony is pertinent? Does anybody on this planet think that Donald Trump knows the word pertinent? How to spell it, what it means, how to use it in a sentence? So there's all that. Let's talk about grand juries for a second. Grand juries are not trial juries. Grand juries typically are only presented evidence from the prosecution in order to sustain an indictment. A prosecutor might have this much information, but they might only need this much of that information presented to a grand jury to sustain an indictment. An indictment is not a guilty verdict. Grand jury proceedings and indictments, grand jury testimony, those witnesses typically are not subject to cross-examination from defense counsel. Defense counsel typically is not permitted to be present in the room when the prosecutor is presenting evidence or testimony to a grand jury. So the files are a hoax. They were written by Democrats. They don't exist. But we're going to release pertinent parts of grand jury testimony from witnesses who testified to the grand jury as part of a case file that is a Democrat hoax. How fucking stupid are Trump supporters? You may ask yourself. They are this stupid. They are this dumb and gullible and easily manipulated. They are exactly this level of stupid. Let's see, is he going to be releasing any documents? Nope. Is he going to be releasing any flight logs? Nope. Is he going to be releasing any video or audio recordings? Nope. Is he going to be releasing all of the grand jury testimony? Nope. Just parts that are pertinent. Is he going to be releasing witness statements? Nope. Is he going to be releasing victim statements? Nope. Is he going to be releasing statements from alleged co-conspirators? Nope. People who still support Donald Trump in July of 2025 are the stupidest segment of our population that this society has ever been saddled with in 249 years. And we are stuck in this dog shit Tupperware container with them as they engage in a battle of wits with themselves, I guess.